there, YouTube. I hope everybody is doing well today. We are going to take those woven quilt blocks that I made on my last video, and we're going to make a fidget quilt. So I've got all the blocks up on the design board. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. Okay, here we are. I have the 4 diagonals going in the middle to make a diamond pattern. And then I've got all of these going around the diagonal blocks. But this quilt, in my opinion, is way too busy, and we need to give the eye a few places to rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to audition some sashing. My plan is to sew all the center blocks together and then sash around them maybe 2 inches or so of low volume color, black, white. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking probably along the lines of black because it's going to be very striking, number one. Number two, it's going to need to be washed quite a bit. So I think the black will hold up, and it also hides smudges and stuff that people that need a fidget quilt might leave on the quilt surface. So I'm going to be auditioning some sashing, and I will show you what that looks like when I get it set up. Okay, here is our center blocks on the black background. It's not 100% black, it's got a little bit of a pattern on it, but I think it looks nice. And I am seeing a diamond. It's not exact, obviously, because I didn't coordinate colors at any point, but then I'll put the other blocks around it, and I'll have to fill in with some sashing to make the border blocks fit, and that's fine. Again, it gives the eye a place to rest, and it also gives me a place to make all sorts of goodies on there. Okay, I have the top 2 sewn together and the bottom 2. I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to press the seams open. Normally I'm not a press the seams open type of person, but considering all the bulk, I am going to flatten this out. I may even trim a little bit, and I'm going to press it real good with some steam, and then we will sew the top and the bottom row together. Okay, here is our center block all done. And I ironed them all out and nicked the corners so that the center seam would lay down flat, and it looks pretty good. And I am going to go with a 2.5 inch sash around this block, and then we will work out. Did she say math? I can't maths. What we need to fill in the extra with those blocks. I'm just winging it because I just want this to be freeform and happen the way it wants to happen. So I will get back to you as soon as I am done cutting the 2.5 inch strips of this sashing fabric. Okay, I've got my center block here and my sashing, and I'm going to let it run off the top there and trim it back in a little bit, but it's a very simple thing. I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch. I'm using some seam allowance tape, the red line, which you can't see. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. This red line is lined up exactly with the needle, and then this 1/4 inch will give me my accurate 1/4 inch guide. I also have a 1/4 inch foot, but with all this bulk I wanted to use my walking foot. And Dinky, Dinky, get the butt out of here. Is this the one I just cut? Yes. Okay. Let me go iron this down and trim them. We'll do the next ones. Okay. Once I get set up in my studio again, I'll have cameras at all my stations, my cutting table, my ironing spot. For now, we're stuck with this, so I apologize when I have to go off screen and leave you hanging. I will edit that out the back end. You can always pin this if you're more comfortable with pins or clips. I always end up stabbing myself with pins, so I usually leave them out. Oh, look at that. It does fit. How lovely. Okay. I'll go trim this up and iron it. I'll get it up on the design wall. Okay, I have the center square done with the sashing going around it. I have it up on my design wall, and I've laid in strips down the centers to fill in the gap, and I kind of like it. I did have a thought about making a whole bunch of little tiny fidget quilts, but I wouldn't be able to put as many elements on it. So I think I'm going to go with one big one, and the outside will all have the same border, 2.5 inch black fabric. So let me get sewing these things together.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap.
Guess who had audio issues again? Yep, me. I don't know why, but this entire clip has no audio, and I apologize. So I'll give you a brief overview of what I'm doing. I'm starting with the first row of the quilt, and I'm taking the first 2 woven blocks, sewing them together, and then I will be inserting the center black filler piece, and then I'll be sewing the 3rd and 4th quilt block in that row. So that's what's going to happen at this point. After this row is ironed, I will be getting the 2 side blocks from either side of the center block, and I will be sewing them together. And they will have a filler piece also. And then I'll be sewing those 2 sections to the center block. And then I will repeat the first step with the third row, taking the 2 outer blocks, sewing them together, sticking in a filler piece, and then sticking on blocks 3 and 4. And then I will be sewing this entire thing together. I'm really crushed. It seems like all of the video that came from my video camera has no audio. I don't know what happened. I'm very upset. I'm sure I said lots of witty and funny things that you're now missing, but I can't do anything other than toss some music on the clip, speed it up so you don't have to drag through it, and apologize profusely. Eventually, I'll get back to doing things the right way. This is a huge refresher for me. The very last clip showing the completed top does have audio because I used my phone for that, so look forward to that. Okay, YouTube, here we go. We got our first fidget quilt here. The sashing is on it, as you can see. We'll go in for a close-up so you can see all of the blocks. And we have a dinky doo. Dinky Doo, you want to say hello to the YouTubes? You want to say hello to YouTube? Okay. All right, let's get back to this. There we go. There we have it. Let's go in for the artistic shot. And look at all the rough edges. Once we have it quilted, we'll throw it in the washing machine, and then we can start fidgeting with it. There's some of the seams from the shirts. They're a lot of fun. So there you go. Alrighty, YouTube. This will be the end of this one. The next episode will be us quilting it and couching down some colorful glitzy yarn on it and just having a good time. I am going to quilt it reasonably heavy to make sure that it's being held together securely, but I'm really happy with it. It measures what? 16, 32, 36, 42 inches square it measures. See, I did that. I did math on YouTube, live, free, with no calculator because I'm using my phone right now to record. So there you go. I will leave you with this shot and I'll see you back here when we start quilting it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and ring that little bell. Talk to you later. God bless. Bye.